Hello YouTube, it's Ticky's Trinkets here, and today I'm making for you a Jackspteiceye chibi tutorial. I have already made Markiplier. Let me grab him real quick so I can show you. He's not glazed in the listing, but I went on ahead and glazed him now. So he is shiny now. But if you buy him, he'll be shiny like he is here, not just matte. But yeah, this tutorial I'm just making Jack though. I just wanted to let you know I made Mark already. I was going to bad cameraing. I was going to make a tutorial out of Markiplier, but I got so into making him that I just forgot about it. But yeah, let's just do a quick spin around. This is Jack holding Sam. I based their hairstyles on when I first started watching their channels. So this was his hairstyle and his facial hair. Ooh, focus. Focus. Focus! Well, you want to be difficult, don't you? There we go. I based his beard and hairstyle around when I first started watching their channels. Obviously, it took me a little while longer to find Jack's channel than it did PewDiePie and Markiplier. But that's just me being bad with the internet. I didn't get a laptop until I was like 17 or 18. I didn't start using computers till I was like 16 or 15, and that was for school. But yeah, and in this tutorial it's going to go into detail, blah blah blah, how to do it. So that's enough talking. Let's get into this. Bye-bye YouTube. See y'all in the tutorial. For this tutorial you're going to need the following clay colors: Sculpies and Primo colors, or whatever you prefer. First you're going to take the beige color clay. Sorry, I'm adjusting in my chair. And you're going to take it, I don't know how big it was, make it as big as you'd like. This is going to be Jack's head, so I just kind of rolled it into a oblong shaped teardrop shape, kind of more narrow at the top and the bottom. And I put the more narrow side facing upward, and then I took the dotting tool and I poked holes, measuring out how far apart the eyes should be. Use a ruler. If your thing is really too small, just eyeball it then. Because we're making the eyeball holes. Sorry. And now you're going to take a really itty bitty small piece of clay, roll it into a little log shape, and just press it right on top. That'll be his cute little nose. Because it is a chibi, we want him to have a cute nose. Then we're going to take two more small balls of clay, like teeny tiny, and you're just going to press these down flat using your X-Acto knife or rolling pin. Make sure they're about the same thickness. Then just cut these in half, or roughly 3/4 of the size, using the pieces to look bigger and better. And then you're going to just stick them onto the side of the head. These are going to be his ears, and this is what it looks like so far. Next we're going to work on his mouth. Just outline how you want his mouth to look using your X-Acto knife or dotting tool, and then just using your X-Acto knife or your cutting tool, whatever you have, gut like a pumpkin, gut out the inside of it, making it nice and hollow like this. Make it as deep as you want the depth to be of his mouth. Then using a blending tool or something like this, just kind of smooth out the inside of the mouth so it looks like this. I know some of these pictures came out blurry, and I apologize for that. I don't know why some did and some didn't. Also, the lighting's going to change a lot because it's day and night over and over. Next, just stick a piece of metal up into his neck hole, into his head where you want the neck to be. Roll a teardrop shape out for the neck. And then the rounded side at the bottom, just cut that off, making it the same length you want the neck to be. I'm trying to be sparingly with the inches and measurements because it's however big you want them to be. Mine's about 2.5 inches tall. Then you just poke that through the metal, making it into the neck. Next, you're going to take two small balls of clay, and you're going to roll these into little teardrop shapes. These are going to be his hands. Just keep that in mind. Then you're going to press them down flat, either using a rolling pin or your finger. I feel like a finger works better here, so you get it still kind of rounded where the fingertips are. I'm trying to do hands more now, and this is how flat it looks once it's done. And then you're just going to cut off the pointed ends to make them flat, or you can leave them pointed, honestly, for the way we're doing this. Pointed would probably be better. Then just cut where you want the fingers to be. Yes, I know he only has 4 fingers, but it is a chibi, so it's my way, how I want to do it. Then I just took the French blue color Sculpey. I felt like this looked best to like how his hoodie color looked, that I can remember. Roll out a decent sized ball because this is going to be his upper torso. Then you're going to roll that into a teardrop shape. Then you're going to cut off the small little bit at the top and the rounded end at the bottom, like so, making it flat. And make sure, you know, the top part is going to line up with the neck, so make sure it's about the same diameter as the neck. Next, you're going to take 2 more little balls of clay, like you can see here. Well, these are more like a medium size because these are going to be his arms. Then you're going to roll these into teardrop shapes. The round part at the end is where the sleeves end, and the top is the shoulders. So cut it at flat at the top of the shoulders. That way it'll be more easy to attach to them. Then just take a dotting tool and press holes on the bottom of the sleeves. This is why I said you could leave the hands pointed, because it's easier to shove them in there. Next, you're going to take, I don't know why I have the little, oh, yeah, the little tool I just used to blend the neck into the head. Then you're just going to take your arms, stick the hands in there, use some glue if you really want them to be secure. Then I just bent them in the position I wanted. And next, we're going to make the hood on the back of the hoodie. Just take a small ball of clay and you're going to roll this into a tiny teardrop shape, as you can see here. And then you're going to flatten this out. Again, use a rolling pin or just use your X-Acto knife. I don't really have a good rolling pin, so I just use my X-Acto knife for rolling out everything. And then you just take it and cut it, not in half, but you know, like 3/4 of it. Leave the part that's going to be the hood a little bit longer and bigger. Then just adhere with some glue or something like that the hood to the back of the jacket. And it's okay, he'll still lay down pretty decently. Then you're just going to, oh yeah, take your dotting tool or whatever and indent where the pockets on the hoodie will be. Now we're going to take 2 pieces of metal about the same length and just shove them right on up in his torso. Great description here. Next, we're going to take some tan color clay. This is Sculpey as well. But again, Primo, Sculpey, Kato, whatever brand you want to use. Can't remember all the brand names off the top of my head. 1 large ball for his butt and 2 small balls for his legs. First, we're going to do his butt. We're going to roll it into a teardrop shape, and you're going to take your finger and press it down flat against your surface, whatever surface you're using, to make it a nice flat booty. I know, we don't want to give them flat booties, but they got to have flat booties to sit on, so. Alright, using the upper torso, make sure it's going to be the same diameter, so cut it and keep adjusting it until it's about the same diameter as the upper torso, then attach them together using glue. Next, you're going to take the 2 leg pieces, and you're going to, again, roll these into teardrop shapes, kind of narrow teardrop shapes like you can see here. And then you decide what position you want the legs to be in, crisscross applesauce, whatever. I bent mine because they're going to be like, his knees are going to be bent. You're going to see a little bit further from here. Then I just cut off the sides to make them flat, and you can blend them or use glue and attach them to the sides if you want to do it just like me. I also cut off the bottom of his pants legs to make them flat, but I forgot to take a picture. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Next, I'm just going to take some Black Noir Sculpey. I said noir, I just read the French. Well, let's do the Spanish too, negro. Anyways, and you're going to roll these into little teardrop shapes like I've done here. Then you're going to press them down flat against your surface and then slide them underneath the flat parts of his pants like I've done here. And then I went on ahead and used my glue and attached his arms. Looking pretty cute now. Now we're going to take white clay. I know I've been using this block a lot, but it's a huge block my mom got me like a year or 2 ago. So I was like, hey, I need to start using this white clay. It's a huge block of clay. Next, we're making his eyes and his mouth. To make his eyes and his mouth, I've taken a picture here. You just roll the eyes in teardrop shapes. The pointed ends go into his head. And the mouth, you make just like the shape of the mouth and just shove it right in there. See? Pretty easy. Then using a poking tool, poke the eyes to make them hollow, and use your dotted tool to indent where the teeth are going to be. As you can see, this is how it looks, nice and creepy right now, right? And next, we're going to take our chocolate brown color Sculpey, and we're going to make the back of his hair, because, you know, the back of his hair was brown, while the top was green. So you're going to take a fairly decent sized ball of clay, and you're going to roll this out nice and flat. You don't want it to pop out too much because we don't want his head to be too heavy. So try to make it nice and thin. Then just kind of cut it into a house shape. I don't know how else to describe this. And put the pointed side facing downwards towards the back of his neck. Oh look, you can see other things popping in the background. Hey there, other sculptures. Okay, now back to here. Just press it against the head, cut off the excess. Just stop at the top of the head because you know you're going to put the green on too. Next, taking the same chocolate brown clay, you're going to take 2 teeny tiny dots of clay. These are going to be his eyebrows. Just roll them into teardrop shapes and plop them right on there, whatever position you like. He looks angry right now, but he won't once he's finished, you know. Then I took this Primo clay that was kind of sparkly. I didn't have an exact color, but I thought this looked good even though it's sparkly. And you're going to roll out a medium size, I'm going to call this another medium size ball. And you're going to roll this into a teardrop shape. Again, the lighting changes for some god-awful reason. Sorry. Next, you're going to flatten it out using whatever your handy-dandy tool is. Kind of bend the tip at the end. Then you're going to take your dotting tool and you're going to do lines to texture the hair because we want it nice and textured. And to make it kind of frayed and crazy looking like his hair is, I just cut off some of the excess and made like little pointed ends. This was actually still a little too much, so as you can see here, I cut off a little bit more. And then I adjusted it to fit using a reference picture, as always, to put his hair in place. And as you can see, the green covers up the brown quite nicely on the back. So now you're just going to take your dotting tool and do lines on the back of the hair to texture it. Again, just like we did with the top. It looks really nice. You could texture it before you attach it, by the way. I just was stupid about that. Now we're making Sam, so, you know, however big you want it to fit in his hands perfectly. Then take a large dotting tool and indent in the middle. Next, that's how hollow it looks. Don't know why I included the hollow picture. You probably get the gist. Then I took this French blue Sculpey clay, and it seemed to work perfect for his iris, I think is what it's called. Chair squeak. I really need to learn the proper names. Then you're going to roll out a small ball of French blue for the iris. Plop that right on in there, kind of flattening it, but still make it kind of convex. You know, still kind of make it poke outward. Next, we're going to make his irises. Take 2 teeny tiny balls of clay. Roll these into teardrop shapes. And we're going to jam those pointed ends into his head. Like so. Beautiful, beautiful. Now they both have beautiful blue eyes. And next, you're going to take your dotting tool and indent where where the pupil is going to go. Then you just take a piece of black and go ahead and you're going to put that right in there. And here we go. I just put the black inside of there. Again, making sure it's still kind of convex. You don't want it to be concave. You don't want it inward. Now you just take a crap ton of Q-tips and clean all the pieces off. Don't try to clean the green and the white at the same time. The colors will blend. You don't want that. And here we go. Here's him nice and clean. By the way, I did put a collar on this hoodie and I forgot to record that. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Now you're just going to take cappuccino color mica powder. Brush that on, making his beard. I also use the dotting tool to kind of texture his beard as well. It's kind of hard to tell though. Using a reference picture, just do his beard and facial hair and sideburns the way that you see in the reference picture. Next, you're just going to bake it according to the package instructions. By the way, this picture's at a weird angle because I was baking other things at the same time. Next, you're just going to need white and black acrylic paint. First, just dot on the little white glimmer on Sam's eye and the black pupils on Jack's eye. Next, you're just going to take a little piece of wood. I just feel like it's better with a base on it because it stands more easily. And I use Sharpies to make it look like Sam eye. The Sam eye too. Then you're just going to glue Jack to the base with some E6000 glue. And next, I just took the white and did the glimmer in Jack's eye because I almost forgot to do that. And then you just glaze it and then you're finished. And I have one more picture of the finished product right here. Well, right here. Thank you all for watching and stay tuned for more tutorials by me. Bye-bye.